Hello, Cancer. So today I'm going to do a reading for you guys for the next 3 months of the year. So that's for April, May, and June. And we are going to be looking into what soul lessons you are encountering and kind of going through these 3 months. We're going to use some tarot. We're going to use, oh, that's my cat sneezing. We're going to use some tarot. We're going to use some oracle cards. And yeah, we're just going to see kind of what your spirit guides want to bring forth for you. Just want to remind everybody this is a general reading, so some things could not be about you because they're meant for another collective. Also, this is intended for those of you who have Cancer in your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus sign. Also, if you have Cancer in more than 2 placements in your chart, you could probably find this very helpful. So yeah, let's see. Or you could just watch for entertainment purposes. That's okay too. So let's see, Cancer. So today I'm doing the water signs, and you guys are my first water sign here. So kind of like tapping into your energy a bit first. So far it's been like collectives. Each element, you guys are kind of have like an encompassing all around message as well. But let's see if that happens for water signs as well. Curious to see. Ooh, okay. Relationships. Talking about something that is encompassing of all. The flower of life here. There's so much here. Wow. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. That's a beautiful thing to start off with, Cancer. So in April, it seems that you're going to probably be tapping into not tapping into, be aligned to those people who are part of your soul family, or in general, they kind of serve a higher purpose for you. You could also be kind of falling away as far as when it comes to maybe friendships or co-workers, acquaintances, from people that kind of don't really align to your highest good. So you could look at it either way. It's going to either bring people towards you, or in some cases, some people will fall away from your path. And for some of you, it could be both. You could be simultaneously doing both things. Maybe you're moving or something like that. All right, imagination. For May, I love it. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Wow. Okay. The fact that it's talking about the creative aspects of your mind. Because usually I would phrase that a little different, like the creative aspects of my soul, for example, since we're looking at soul lessons. But that's interesting that I embraced and nourish. Oh my God, I can't say that word. The creative aspects of my mind. Maybe in May you're also like working on your mental health, and maybe that brings clarity for you, and therefore, yeah, you very much embrace you have a very creative and imaginative mind. Okay, yeah, I can't speak. Oh wow. Okay, health. Beautiful energy for you guys. Beautiful. Okay, so in June we have health. I honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. You see, usually the cards use the soul thing here. So, but here is the mind. And I've gotten this card in many readings before, even for myself, and I've never quite fixated on on the fact that it says my mind instead of my soul. So that's very interesting that I'm like fixating on that right now. The bottom of the deck, I think it kind of goes in with this as well. Friendship. I understand that friends in my life, sorry, that a friend is in my life for a reason. So maybe there are some friendships in your life here in April, that some that are coming, some that are going. Okay, that could be, that definitely makes sense now. And then you know what's interesting as well, Cancer, your your lessons they obviously they could be tied into one another. You know, it's not that 1 month you close one cycle and then completely you're in another state of mind, if you will. But it also seems very much like what is it? Individual. Like they're very much separated from each other. You know, I'm sure it's a flow of things, because life is not just one box and another box, if you will. But for some reason, for you guys, that's how I keep seeing it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Let me do an overall advice for you. With the health, though, it being green, every time I've been pulling this card lately, what I'm seeing is a lot of heart healing, a lot of emotional healing, a lot of emotional intelligence coming forth. I know that it says also like the physical vessel, so I'm not denying that it could probably also stem towards your physical health, but it feels like it's something that comes from within, okay? It feels very much, and you having relationships in the first one there, it very much feels like it's matters of the heart, if you will. Okay, let's do one from here. Support, lovely. As for health, get more rest, nurture yourself. So that's, yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense. Maybe that's part of, now this is kind of all encompassing of all the energies now. That's interesting, because it makes sense with that why relationships will come up, and you having the message of, hey, anybody that's around, that's aligned to you, is here for your highest good, and you should trust that. And this is telling you that you should ask for support if you feel like you need it, because those people around you are going to understand you. They're here to help you, just like you are here to help them if they ever need it, right? And then with the health, it makes sense too. It says nurture yourself, get more rest. So there's a need to really tap into yourself, to see what you need, tend to your needs. And then I feel like the imagination being in the middle it's going to help you. It's everything here is to support, maybe also like your mental health is something that needs to be supported and kind of tended to. And you also can do that by again, tapping into your imagination seems to be very significant. Any creative outlet that you have is going to be amazing for your mental health, for your physical health as well, for anything that you feel passionate about, that you feel like creating, like expressing yourself with, is going to help you in the next 3 months here as well. The bottom of the deck is interesting too, gentleness. I love this card too. The fact that it almost looks like the same. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Definitely. That resonates with me heavily with this card. When I was saying that it's a lot of emotional health that you're working on, it seems. Oh, wait. Before I start the tarot. Sorry. Let me do this deck first. Let's look a little bit more into each month here. Oh, okay. There it is again. The heart is significant for you guys. A compassion, gentleness, empathy for self and others. It's not just you. It's also like, it's almost like this is who you are naturally, at your natural state of being. You're a very gentle, giving, loving soul. Tap into that. It's like if you've been kind of maybe going through some hardships, or having to maybe be a little bit cold, or have a little bit of a cold heart, it's time to tap into this, your natural giving, loving nature, if you will, with heart and Makes sense. Heart, home, and compassion here. Compassion here twice. It was at the bottom of the deck, remember. This falling under relationships. Interesting. All right. Let's look at May here for you guys. Interesting. Number one. A tidy home. Sorry, a tidy house. Clarity and organization. Okay. Again, it leads me back to if you're working on your mental health, and I did mention clarity, right? I think I did. It's like clarity brings you closer to, what is it? It brings you closer to your true self, if you will. There's a lot of mental clarity coming in May for you, and it helps you. It's almost like your imagination and your creative outlets help you with mental clarity, and also it could be backwards. It's like the mental clarity that you clearing away things that you no longer need. It's almost like that brings forth your creative outlets. It helps you in the creative aspect here. That seems to be very important for you. Your creative outlets are very important to you. They also bring you a lot of healing. They bring you a lot of stability, mental, physical, emotional stability as well. Very interesting. It's almost like with the number one too, I'm being drawn to the number one for some reason. It's almost like you did close the cycle. So you get to a 10 and then you start all over again. 10 becomes 1. So very interesting. We're gonna keep going and see what comes from that. I want to see what the tarot has to say. Interesting. 19. Falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. Narcolepsy. I'm going to read this from the book for you guys. I feel like I need to. That card is, the meaning of that card always kind of avoids me. It's like I can never truly remember what it is unless I read it from the book. And it being here, to me, right away, it almost like confused me. But at the same time, I feel like there's something there, but I can't put it into words. It's almost like you're out of touch with your spirituality, it could be. Which is why you kind of have to tap back into your soul and probably your body, your emotional body as well, to kind of tap back into your spirituality here. Could be that you put a lot of things on the back burner, maybe because you needed to up to this point, but then the next 3 months you're kind of falling back into your routines of being a creative, having a little bit of your mental health is improving, your physical health is improving, your emotional health is improving as well. It doesn't come without you having to learn certain lessons or apply certain things that you've already learned, asking for support when you need it, resting when you need it. But nonetheless, all of this clarity is coming in for you. All right, let's look at that. Now I'm intrigued by what that says. All right, so it says, fallen angel, falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. Okay, excuse me. You are being continued. Sorry. Let's start that again. You're being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in an angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading towards the trees below and a possible nasty falling. Remember that all you need to do is stop falling, is to spread your wings to a halt, to bring your halt to a descent. What? Okay, wait a minute. Why can't I read that? sentence. Okay, hold on. So it says, remember that all you need to do. Oh, it's because it's like completely like backwards. Okay. Let me put this up to you so that if you want to pause this, you can read it. I feel like I'm butchering this today. Like I can't read for some reason. So it says, remember that all you need do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to a halt, to halt your descent, and then find an updrift again. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interest in mind. Interesting. Interesting that this card, okay, I see why I had to read it from the book, because this card is touching upon this. The fact that they are definitely friends or companions or acquaintances that are falling away from your life for a reason. Okay, that might be a little stressful for you, but it seems that you're about to tap into and be aligned to people who really serve your highest good here. And that's why you're making space for them. You're making space for them in your heart. You're making space for them in your mental body and the emotional body as well. Very interesting, Cancer. So it says, as you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when time is ripe. Interesting. That's probably why you're also being called to kind of nourish yourself, really much tap into yourself and stay in your energy, if you will. And you'll know when it's the pivotal point for you to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue here. Also, I feel like you guys could also be, you guys are definitely intuitive. So you intuitively will know who it truly is meant to continue with you in this journey, if you will. All right. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Oof. Ten of Swords. All right. Well, that kind of confirms what I was saying. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. Let me not get ahead of myself and let me pull all the cards for you, and then we'll see what's going on here. Ooh, Nine of Cups. Okay. And the Six of Swords. A lot of swords. A lot of air energy for you guys here. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, that makes sense too. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Ugh, the Tower at the bottom here. The Chariot. The Tower and the Chariot back to back here make me think. The Tower in itself, I already felt something like, okay, this is a fast movement. This is a fast change that you're going through here. Also, it's like the divine intervening, very much divinely orchestrated here. And then with the Chariot, makes me think even more. There's balance coming, and there's also movement. This is fast moving energy coming your way. And it also makes sense with the Knight of Swords here. Okay, so it seems, Cancer, that you guys are going here in April. It makes sense that your lesson is relationships, because it seems that you guys, and it even mentioned in the book about this card, is like, be cautious of those friends or acquaintances, or what is it, companions that only want to use you for their means. It's almost like you might encounter like a final stab in the back, if you will, or a final straw with someone, a final, someone has hurt you here for the last time, okay? Someone or a group of people or a couple of people in general. So you're done with that energy. It's almost like the fact that the Knight is moving towards this, carrying that sword, is carrying that truth. I feel like this is very much like the divine in this moving energy here. It's almost like these two feel very much divinely orchestrated. It's like they are bringing forth this. It's going to feel like a very huge tower moment for you. It's going to hurt without a doubt. I mean, that's painful. This is painful. Like, can't get away from what that means. But it also is bringing you clarity. The swords are about clarity as well. And then here, and it makes sense too when I was saying how these feel very compartmentalized. And they could be, because they could be such, like, you're going to feel like you lived a lifetime in a month, if you will. That's how significant and profound these changes and these lessons are. They hit home like deeply, but at the same time, you recover from them fast as well. You move on to the next one for a reason. There's karmic justice coming your way here. The wheel is spinning, but it can't spin without first actually spinning. Things have to change, okay? Nothing changes if nothing changes. So yeah, like someone here has hurt you for the last time. There's an ending to a certain relationship here, without a doubt. Feels very much like it's a friendship or an acquaintance, but that's coming to an end. And then you're also being reminded to have still compassion, not just for them, for yourself. And that's going to help you mend those wounds even faster. And then here in May, you have the Nine of Cups. So you have like potential, endless potential here. Also, you're in your element, in the cup elements. And even though there's silk swords, you're still in the water. You're still in your element. And again, you're moving towards calmer waters. You see how the energy is not this way anymore. It's actually moving away. Again, it's like the wheel is turning, quite literally. You are headed towards clarity. You are headed towards nourishment, if you will, a better life. And it's also like a wish fulfillment for you. It's something that you need, something that you've been wanting as well. And your prayers, in a way, are being answered here. And here you are. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, come on, like quite literally, karmic justice, and then the Queen of Pentacles. And the fact that you have a rabbit here, and this is the year of the rabbit, that's significant for you guys too. This is giving me also Alice in Wonderland vibes. It's almost like once you start this journey, once you fall through this rabbit hole, it's unstoppable. Your change is unstoppable, but it's meaningful. It's powerful. It's what you needed. Okay, it's coming at the right place at the right time. The right people. Everything is aligning correctly. It's almost like you possess something here. You have something solid now. And whatever you put your mind to here, it seems that you're going to be very prosperous. The fact that this is the Queen of Pentacles as well, I have to mention, and health. The Pentacles are tied to monetary, but also health. So in the tarot, so it makes sense that this will come in as well. It's like you really are embodying that energy of you tend to yourself, you nourish yourself, you're very aligned to wealth as well. And what do people always say? Health is wealth. So it's like, you see how that even ties in together? That makes sense here for you. Things are shifting, things are moving, they're changing for you. It's beautiful. I want to do one more card, I think, over here. The Hangman. The Hangman, and look at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an enlightenment. This is quite literally you having you have a lot of understanding, and I feel like for you guys, it seems that if you understand something, and if like your guides, your spirit, God, the universe kind of explains itself to you, it's going to through actions and through what is it, events in your life. By you understanding them, you can surpass them. You can actually integrate these lessons and move forward, and you quite literally do that. You do. You start off, look at how with such a harsh energy that you start here, and you slowly move towards something better, alignment. There's some fulfillment here of some kind. I also like that we have two tens. We have the 10 with the wheel, and we have the 10 of swords, which again leads me back to you literally end a cycle and you start a new one. And I mentioned that here too. So it is very significant for you guys. Look at that. The 10 of Pentacles. My goodness. It's almost like there's the last cup. You acquire it. You truly do. Wow. That is beautiful, Cancer. All right. Let's keep your reading going here. Let's see what your star ancestors have to say at this time. Kind of what kind of advice they have for you here. When my cards fly like that, it's definitely your energy is very strong, very charged. All right. Oh, look at that. Called Soul Gift and Training. It's time to step up. Yeah. The thing is that you're going through these lessons because the wheel is turning. Things are aligning perfectly for you to follow your calling, it seems. There's a need for you to accept these changes in the most harmonious way that you can, even though they could be potentially very painful to go through, because there's a calling that you have in this lifetime that it's quite literally doing that. It's calling to you. It's opening doors and closing others. So it's stay in that flow, Cancer. Try to, while you're going through very deep transformation here, try to stay in the positive mindset. Look at that. The 7 sister stars. Birthing, creation, tapestry of life, expression. There is something about your creative outlets, how you express yourself creatively. It's going to touch a lot of souls. It's also written in the stars for you is fate. Fate is calling you. The divine is calling you. Your soul gifts are trying to call your attention here. And it's almost like your environment is going to be perfectly aligned to this for you to be able to pursue it, if you will. And look at the card at the bottom of the deck. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. If there is a theme to your reading here for the next 3 months, it's definitely this. However, it's being represented each month and everything like that. The little stories I've been saying, that's going to apply to some of you, maybe all of you. But this is definitely the message. Anything unaligned must go. Quite frankly, this is it for you right here. Anything unaligned must go because you have a really unique calling, purpose here. And it's almost like the divine is saying, there's no more playing around. There's no more playing it small. Anything that's holding you back, anyone, it's going to fall away. You're seeking alignment, you're seeking understanding, and you're seeking alignment. Well, here it is. It's going to be offered to you. It's offered and actually carried out, I should say, because we did see the chariot and the tower together. I don't want you to fear the tower. The tower, if anything, it's literally the divine intervening. If you ever had a doubt that your guides and your God itself themselves is looking out for you and really wants you to align to your higher purpose, look at the tower for that. Like the tower is literally the divine striking down and saying, this is it. We're moving, we're changing. This foundation does not work anymore. Anything, again, anything on a line is leaving your life. It could be painful for some of you. Maybe some of you, depending on what state of your spiritual journey you're on, sometimes the first awakening that most of us have is really strong and they're very painful. But I found, and other people who have been in the spiritual journey for a while can also pretty much attest to this, that every every other tower moment after the first one gets a little easier. You kind of you feel like you're a little bit cushioned, like you have the tools that you need. And definitely I do feel like you guys have the tools that you need. And not even like, even if you don't have them, they're going to be delivered to you. And if they cannot be delivered to you, you're going to be pushed away, somehow, some way, moved away from anything that is not serving you right, that's keeping you trapped, keeping you from your wish fulfillment, from your Ten of Cups, from your Hangman energy, from your Queen of Pentacles, from the Wheel of Fortune moving in your favor here. Wow. Very significant next 3 months for you guys here. Adaptation. This is, wow. Change will be better than you think. My goodness. If I can't make that up. There it is. There's a divine, again, kind of reassuring you of what I was just saying here. It's going to be sometimes hard to adapt, but most of the time it's going to be easy for you. The divine is going to make it so, because it wants you to believe that change is for your betterment here. And I did say nothing changes if nothing changes, right? Yeah. Optimism. Yeah, you got to stay strong. You got to stay optimistic. Stay in that nourishing of yourself. Stay connected to your imagination. What makes you feel good here. Look up and look brightly. Yeah. That's beautiful. And compassion again. Wow. Tread a little more tenderly. That could also be in regards to yourself. You should treat yourself tenderly, okay? Maybe sometimes when you go through hardships, you're very hard on yourself. They're saying it's time to really be very nice to yourself. Be very compassionate with yourself. Very loving. I know that you probably extend that energy to others, but the divine is saying it's time to extend it to yourself. And maybe because some things are not going to work out for you here, you might feel like you're a failure of some kind. I'm hearing now. It's like, no, not at all, not at all. It's just you need change, Cancer. There's change coming. All right. So I'm going to pull one of the spirit animals, and this is going to have a message for you. But also, if you see this animal out in your waking life, or maybe in dreams, I don't know why I said waking life, but maybe in dreams, maybe in your waking life, and somehow, some way, like physical, or it could be on TV, it could be a TV show, it could be social media. Definitely the rabbit is significant for you guys, but we're going to see what else wants to come in here to bring you a message. And if you see this animal out in the world, it's a sign of a synchronicity for you, for maybe this reading, whatever resonated with you here, kind of like an aha moment for you to kind of connect you back to whatever resonated here. Or also just in general, it's going to be a message from your spirit guides. Because I do feel like you guys are very much surrounded by spirit, quite frankly. The divine has a hand in this change is coming in for you in these 3 months. All right. Guess we're going to take this card. The snake. There's the other there's the flower of life again. Wow. Your reading is very synchronistic. Very, very beautiful. I like when that happens. Imagery wise and just the words we've had in. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right. And this is earth energy. I like that because it's trying to ground this. This also makes me think of Kundalini awakening, but it also makes me think of that there's a cycle here. again, there's a cycle, there's an ending, but a new beginning. It's almost like you're tapping into a new life, okay? Quite literally. So it says the snake, guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. Oh my God, when I tell you that your creative outlets are significant here. All right, so it says, when in balance, prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance, Kundalini yoga and meditation. So yeah, there's a lot of there's going to be a point where you're meant to really tap into yourself. It makes sense that meditation's being you're being asked to kind of maybe have a meditative practice. Start one if you don't have one, or maybe by doing creative outlets is how you go into a meditative state, and that's helping you as well. All right, it says the snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, or our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it is well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from the slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake can appear when there is no more time to waste. Yeah, without a doubt, like I was saying, there's no more time to waste because the divine is intervening here for you. It is because you're being called. You're being called to your sole purpose in this lifetime, okay? Don't don't hesitate. It's almost like take heed of this energy. Take advantage of this movement that's coming up. See it as an opportunity for you to actually align to your purpose. If you've been seeking it, if you've been asking for it from the divine, you want to tap into your purpose. You want to do what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. This is going to be a pivotal time for you coming up. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing in your energy with me, for letting me read for you. This was lovely. I wish you the best for the next 3 months, Cancer, and I'll see you in the next readings.